Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Healing Soul Tarot. My name is Crystal. To all of my subscribers, thank you guys so much for your continued support and your patience. I'm just trying to figure things out. I'm hoping to get a website up soon with different products and services. But in the meantime, if anyone is interested in a personal reading, my contact information is in the description below. And the readings will cover any topic that you like. I'm totally open. So whether it's about your spiritual journey, your love life, an energy reading, whatever it is, just let me know. Like I said, my contact is in the description. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So, I thought I got a new deck. It's actually Love Oracle cards, and they're really great. I thought I would give these a try. I haven't done a love reading really in depth in a while, so let's just see what your person is, what their thoughts and feelings are for you right now. Just keep in mind, everyone, this is a collective reading. So not everything will necessarily apply, okay? I pull on the loudest energy. So just take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? If you want a more detailed reading, then you should get a personal reading from me, okay? And that will be specific to you. All right, so let's get started. As always, I'm just going to clear the energy, clear the air, and just take a deep breath. Okay, so that should be it. All right, so let's get started. Ancestors, spirit guides, angels, and higher beings. What is our person's thoughts and feelings for us right now, for the collective? A reading for a collective, for the collective. What is their person's thoughts and feelings right now for them? Thank you. Okay. So we have heartbroken. So right now, I think your person, they're either deeply heartbroken or they recognize that on some level you're heartbroken. Okay? And it's a deep hurt. There's been a separation. So maybe you guys were together at some point, but you've been separated. There was a breakup. And because of that breakup, there's feel, either you or your person feels lost, okay? And they're kind of grieving. Or maybe they understand that, with the loss, maybe you were grieving, okay? We'll get more detail, but there's a lot of heartbreak sitting here right now. I hope you guys can see that. Maybe on both parts, I'm not sure, but I will get a little bit more detail. Let's see. The person's thoughts and feelings for our viewers, please. Our individual viewers. Self-indulgence. Okay, so it says focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So, I mean, your person may have been very self-indulgent, okay, with their needs and desires. Maybe this is what caused the heartbreak. But self-indulgence in this case also means going through a process where you start to recognize your self-worth. So either your person is starting to get to that point where they see that there's more to life, or they see that you have been working on your self-worth, have done a lot of work to heal. Maybe both of you have. That's really interesting. I think in some sense, I get a sense that maybe both parties, you and your person, are kind of in the same space right now of healing this period of heartbreak. Sorry about the motorcycle in the background. I live in the city and it is so loud sometimes. I'm in the middle of it all. Well, it feels like that anyway. Okay, so we have boat. So there is something coming towards you. There's a progression here. Okay, you will receive what you need, either in the form of healing or closure, but there's a sense of moving on. Okay, maybe your person thinks you have moved on. You know, maybe they're worried that they might not be able to provide what you need. I'm not quite sure just yet. But they want, there's a sense that they want to come towards you, okay? It's about arriving, like progressing and arriving. So they may want to come towards you, and boat represents travel. Maybe over water, not sure, it could apply, take what resonates. But we have mask. So it says, this text is hard to read. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend. What is that? Delude and gaslighting. So someone in this connection was wearing a mask. They were hiding their true feelings, 100%. And I think, you know, I mean, it could have been what caused the heartbreak, you know. They were never telling you what their true feelings were, okay? You always thought, is this real? Are they just pretending? There may have been some gaslighting involved, you know, where they wanted to, you know, like maybe they didn't treat you that well, I think, in the past, okay? But yeah, they were really hiding who they were, okay? Hiding who they were, not showing their true feelings, maybe pretending not to be as interested as they were because they were so self-indulgent. So that's kind of, you know, a thing that happens due to immaturity. Maybe your person has grown, we'll find out. But, you know, yeah, when you're younger, you can be pretty self-indulgent, right? Indulge in all the things that are not necessarily good for us. The chaser. Chaser in codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment issues. So we'll see with this one. Have to get more detail on that. But maybe, you know, they could be in a very codependent relationship right now. Maybe they had someone that was like really, another person that was really intent on having them as their partner. And maybe they had a fear of abandonment, so they just clung to the chaser. But I kind of get the sense now that they're pulling away a bit from the chaser, the person that they're codependent on. I don't get a sense that there was a codependency between the two of you, because this person was had a mask. So there was no, they were avoiding this deep connection. Even though they felt it, they didn't want you to know because they were in this other codependent relationship, okay? And I think they just had a fear of abandonment. So for some people, it's safer to stay with what they know as opposed to going or following their heart, okay? So I think that's what really caused a lot of the heartbreak. Maybe they're just realizing it now. We have photographed, but they are looking at your photos, missing you. There's a sense of nostalgia, and they really want to make new memories. So I think that, yeah, they're definitely watching you, okay? And they're missing you. They look at your photos and they remember the past, what it was like. You know, they have all these good memories, but they also want to make new memories, okay? And that's what they spend their, you know, when they look at your photo, that's what they think about. the past and making new memories. But yeah, they weren't, like I said, I get a sense of immaturity here. And just, they were just so dependent. They were in something that they were really dependent on. There was a codependence. Okay? The Phoenix. A new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation. What does it say? Growth, change mind. So they've had a change of heart. They want to rekindle this connection with you. They want to begin a new phase. All right? And be able to grow with you and just rebuild with you. But they've had this change of heart, and I think the change of heart came from just looking at your photos. Like, they're watching, okay, and I think they like what they see, but they have had a change of heart about you. They've definitely changed their mind about this. Okay. Maybe in some level they thought you would be too dependent on them, and because they were kind of caught up in this self-indulgence, they didn't want that. I don't know. That's just something else that popped up. Let me see. Girl talk. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. So right now, part of what's is on their mind, what's holding them back, is that they think you've moved on and that you're just happy single, happy doing you, happy living in the moment. Okay, they may think that their moment has passed. They spent too long being self-indulgent. They left you sitting in heartbreak too long. They may feel like you've just moved on. Let's just keep going. I'll get a few more. I just feel like there's more to this story before we start getting some detail. Yeah, that's what they're a little worried about. Okay, they do want this new beginning, but they feel like you've moved on. Sorry, I only take one card. I don't let the cards flip out like that because I'm kind of a sloppy shuffler. So, paradise. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, join each other. So they just want this life with you, this paradise. Being with you would be like a paradise. Maybe they want to go away on a trip with you somewhere where you can just enjoy each other's company, getting to know each other again. But they miss that. I think there's a sense that they miss the happiness and the playfulness. And that's some of the things that they want to rekindle. Okay, the joy. They enjoyed your company. Okay, but they just hid their true feelings. They didn't want to, like I said, there was something that was holding them back. And I do think it's a relationship that they were in. They were so dependent on this other relationship. Probably their whole entire self-worth was wrapped up in that codependent relationship. So yeah, they just felt like, I don't know, they couldn't reveal how they really felt, I guess. Yeah, not today. No, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundary, still angry. So yeah, I mean, they want to come forward, but they're kind of avoiding it. And like I said, they think you moved on. They may think that you're just going to blow them off. Not today. I'm not interested. They think that maybe you're still angry about it. I think they recognize that you have these boundaries. But they think about it. They want to call. They think about communicating with you, but they're uncomfortable. They just don't know how you're going to react once they make this call. They're afraid that you're going to tear a strip off of them. Okay, can you guys see that? They're afraid that if they open up to you, that you're just going to, tell them no, right? it's on their mind all the time, on their mind all the time. But they know that you've built up boundaries because of the heartbreak in the past. And, you know, maybe from watching you, looking at your photos, maybe they look at your social media, maybe they perceive you as somebody who has all of these walls and boundaries up. And you probably do. You probably have some healthy boundaries in place. If you're a spiritual person, you probably do, right? That's just power for the course. But I think they're, you know, they're a little intimidated, I think, to come forward and have this conversation. Okay. Yeah, but there's this cassette. They're playing it over in their head over and over again. You know, what happened, what they did, what they're going to say if they come forward. You know, I think the reason why they were hiding their true feelings is that they were kind of caught up in this outdated mode of thinking. Now, that could be whatever it is. I don't know. But whatever outdated mode of thinking, that was preventing them from really, I don't know, committing to you, right? And like I said, there was this codependent relationship. They had this fear of abandonment. They stuck with what they knew, but now they're going through this process of where they're running it through their mind over and over again. Okay, replaying the events, and I think starting to realize that their conditioning may have stopped this relationship from moving forward. Okay, I think that's whatever that means. Maybe there were cultural differences, maybe like religious differences. I don't know, but there was some kind of conditioning on their part that made them feel like they just couldn't open up to you or commit to you, which is kind of sad. But they've had a change of heart, and like I said, they're just scared to come forward and say it, contact you, admit it. Like, you know, they're afraid you're just going to rip a strip off them. Which is kind of funny. But anyway, hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So they're working on themselves, and they're working on figuring out what they're going to say to you. They're working on how they're going to come forward, how they're going to rebuild this connection with you. They've realized that, you know, it's going to take some work because they know that you're going to have some questions. You're going to interrogate them. You know, it's not going to be like they can just come in and go, hi, I'm back, and you're going to accept it. No, you're going to definitely have some questions. And I think they realize. So they're working on themselves because they know, because there have been this sort of self-indulgent person in the past. There's like they have this, they can sabotage things, right? They know that they're capable of doing that, not necessarily intentionally, but this self-indulgence aspect of their personality causes them to sabotage their relationships, all right? But they are working on themselves, all right? So I think I'm going to get a little bit more detail. Give me a little bit more detail about heartbroken. I'm not going to go into all of these cards because there's 12. I just don't want to run into time, but I'll pick out the ones that I think are kind of, we just need a little bit more information so that it'll help you figure out exactly who this person is, okay? So tell me about heartbroken. What was this heartbreak about? Tell me more about this heartbreak. So there's more to the story. 53, iceberg. There's so much more to this story. You know, like I said, maybe you don't know the whole side of the story, but they may have been warned by someone to stay away from you, which is really kind of weird. That's what the hag is. The hag is usually someone who brings forward bad news or a warning of some sort. And maybe it was just the beginning. You know, you guys, it happened when you guys were just starting to meet or connect. And then someone came in, this hag character came in and just destroyed whatever seed had been initially planted, or stepped all over it, basically. But 53, you know, there was like obstacles and hidden emotions, right? Like I said, there's more to it than what you know. And we know that they wore a mask, right? So they kept their emotions to themselves. Definitely. And there was definitely a lot going on, maybe more than what you realized. Okay? Because like I said, we have the hag. So, you know, this situation could have caused a lot of problems. Well, definitely caused heartbreak, but it could have caused a lot more issues than you even know. Okay? You may not know exactly what happened after the two of you separated. But yeah, they had a lot. Someone put fear into them. Nightmares, you know, bizarre, malicious encounters. They may have encountered someone who had malicious intent. Okay? Someone was malicious. All right? Maybe they were just afraid of their emotions, afraid of, you know, admitting these feelings that they had. Okay. But I kind of, again, I get a sense that someone may have put them off, told them this is not, you know, where you want to go. And they had all these fears and negative thoughts about this connection with you. Someone planted these thoughts, negative emotions and thoughts in their head about you, because the acorn is about future potential and growth, possibilities, longevity, and good luck. But here came they were kind of feeling that way. Like I said, one side of them, they were feeling really close to you, felt like there was a lot of potential there. They were thinking about the possibilities, and then along came the hag and put all of these negative thoughts in their head. And they believed it, you know? They believed it. So that in and of itself caused the heartbreak. Instead of them going with their own gut, their own instinct, they believed whatever folks said to them. Maybe their family didn't approve of you. Maybe their friends didn't approve of you. But they didn't follow their heart. And like I said, they kept their emotions to themselves. That's really sad because, you know, if your family doesn't support you, if you have this love for somebody and you want to explore that, but your family is like so insistent on holding you back, like, does your family really have your best interest at heart? I don't think so, you know? I kind of have a problem with that, just personally. Okay, so we have self-indulgence. Actually, let me do this again. Please give me more clarification on this self-indulgence. So yeah, they've gone through a transformation, okay? They've no longer are that self-indulgent, immature person that they were in the past. They may have experienced some disappointments. And there's something unpleasant. I think they've accepted something unpleasant about themselves. Maybe they realize that they're just too, like I said, they indulge too much. Maybe they drink too much. Maybe they smoke too much. Maybe they just, get involved in relationships. I don't know, but they're definitely, they're self-indulgent. They're realizing it, and it hasn't worked for them. Right? So they're ready for a change and a transformation, okay? They're ready for something new, something different, something more meaningful. What is this self-indulgence about? Yeah, I mean, they were definitely, yeah, it was love. They were, when it came to um, power, they may have felt like, how do I put this? They may have been, okay, I think I kind of get it. They may have been, and I don't like to sound classist about this, but they may have been, you know, on a certain social scale, maybe slightly higher, all right? Or maybe a lot higher. I don't know. But I think there was a lot of, they were just more interested in their social standing. And that's why they were so self-indulgent. Maybe they were a little spoiled as well. But yeah, like the Ankh is also about love. So I think they probably just, dove into life, all these like, desires, pleasures, whatever was happening around them. They just threw themselves in it because it made them feel powerful. Okay? That's what they liked. But I think they're starting to realize that there's more to it. The Ankh also represents secret knowledge. So this could also, yeah, it means like they realize now there's just more to life than sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what I'm kind of getting here. This person, that was their fascination. That's what they cared about, right? Party, party, party. Possibly. Don't take what resonates, okay? They just could have been self-absorbed too. I mean, pentagram, but they're looking for a situation where they're feeling more protected. They're tired of that lifestyle. They're tired of it because it was so superficial, right? So now they're more interested in bigger things, like humanity. They're thinking about the sum of all their life choices now, and what have they gained. They want more now, because all of these things and behaviors of the past haven't done anything. They just want more, and they want to feel safe and protected. All right. So the boat, receiving what you need. Let's check on the boat. We know that, I mean, the mask is pretty straightforward. They were hiding their feelings from you, their true feelings. We know that they want to have a new phase with you. Let's just look at the boat. Tell me about the boat. So yeah, they want to come forward and tell you how they feel, right? They've had an awakening. So they're ready to come forward. They're really beginning to see that they may be waiting for a particular event or a particular time to come forward with this information, letting you know what their feelings are. But again, I think they're a little, they still could have people in their ear warning them not to do it. But I think the fact that they're having this realization, this awakening, they're realizing that a connection between the two of you could be the beginning of something very important, right? But the boat, still travels over stormy waters. So there's still, it's just difficult. It's not an easy process. And anyone who goes through a spiritual awakening can attest that it's not an easy process. I mean, I've heard of some people who have had their awakening, gone through their dark night of the soul. For example, mine was a long period of the dark night of the soul. It was really dark. Some people, their spiritual awakenings are triggered by happy events, but most of us, our spiritual awakenings are triggered by some sort of trauma, some sort of realization about ourselves, a realization of something that, like I said, is unpleasant. We're realizing a part of ourselves that, you know what, I kind of don't like this about myself and it needs to change. So this is what they're going through right now. They're having this awakening. But, they may still have people in their ears, but they're wishing so much to be able to come forward and and get through this. This is their greatest wish right now, is to be able to come forward and talk to you and tell you exactly what they think. I mean, their desired outcome would be, a future with you. They have these grand visions of a future with you. Okay? Part of them feels like it's impossible. They feel like it's absolutely impossible because we talked about this girl talk card. They may feel like you moved on and that you may not want to rekindle a relationship with them at all. Okay? Let's get one more for both. They're wishing to come forward. And we have Saturn. Now, Saturn, it's about adversity. Yeah, like okay, so we talked about their self-indulgence, right? This Saturn is about adversity, hardships, male sexuality, or dominance. So like I said, they may have been this kind of, I don't know what to say. They may have just been a fuck boy or a fuck girl. I don't know. But I think maybe they, realize that they have to get control over that. Maybe they're a sex addict. I don't know. But there's something there that, like I said, was holding them back. Maybe that's the codependent. Maybe it's not, they're not codependent with a person. They're codependent with like sex and just physical touch and it not being anything. Like there's no meaningful connection. They may just like casual hookups, right? So I think that's something that they have come to the realization that they see themselves. They're realizing that this may be who they are, maybe they just weren't that loyal to anybody because they had this possible, I don't know, I guess some people are sex addicts, right? And keep in mind, this, it can apply to male or female, right? It doesn't have to be, just because I say sex addict, doesn't mean that your person is automatically male, right? Women have sexual desires as well. Women can be just as, needy in that respect. And have their own addiction. Keep that in mind. So we've got the chaser. We know that the mask, they were hiding their feelings from you. We know that. I don't think we need any more detail on that. The chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. Let's get a little bit more about this chaser. Tell me more about this chaser. So yeah, they're ready for a new beginning. They want new opportunities. They're either ready to leave the codependent relationship that they're in, leave whatever state of addiction they're in, and they're ready to enter a new situation in life. They know that there are choices to be made, okay? But they know that they have to heal, all right, in order for these new opportunities to come into their life. They definitely have a lot of choices to make. Should I stay or should I go? That's basically it. Okay, let's get a couple more. They're going to make their own decisions. So if they want a stronger foundation, the stump, if they want to put down roots and regrow, they're going to have to make some decisions. You know, there may be some resistance there, but they need to extract themselves from a certain situation. This codependent relationship, if they're going to regrow, rebuild, okay, they've got to pull away. They've got to move away from whatever it's holding them back, whether it's people, places, or things. Okay, and that's something, I mean, you can't, this is your person. I know a lot of people want to reach out to who they think their person is. But in this situation, I would say no, definitely do not do that. This person is in this process of healing, of awakening, of coming to a new state of awareness that only can happen if they do it on their own. All right. The minute you try to contact this person, it's going to set them back because they still carry a lot of fear. They carry fear with them about being vulnerable, about opening up, about being true, because they've never done it before. Everything in their life up to this point has been kind of superficial. Okay. Yeah, shield. So right now, yeah, they know they have to do some work, and they're kind of protecting themselves right now, protecting their hearts. Isolation. They've got a defensive barrier up. So like I said, no, do not chase this person. Let them remain the chaser. If they're going to come forward, they have to figure out their own stuff. You can't help them. All right? But let them be. Let them be, let them grow, let them transform and come to these realizations. No more pretending, you know. If they're going to come forward, they're going to have to be authentic and true and talk to you and be honest with you, right? So they've got to build up their I don't know. They just have to get stronger mentally and spiritually in order to approach you. So we know that they're looking at your photographs, they're missing you. That's pretty straightforward. They want to make new memories. There's a very nostalgic feeling that they have for you. They want this with the Phoenix. They want a new phase. They want to rekindle, renew, grow. But they think you've moved on. Let's get a little bit more about girl talk. They think you've moved on and you want nothing more to do with them. They think you're just happily single, and maybe you are. Maybe you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Why wouldn't you be happily single and having fun, right? Why would you be sitting there waiting for your person to go through this process and be all sad, you know, and waiting for them to come back? Everybody is on their own timeline. So I would suggest those of you who haven't met your person yet, just keep moving forward, because, you know, this will happen at the right time, in divine timing, when all of this healing and inner work, shadow work takes place. Okay? Tell me about girl talk. Yeah, like they're afraid of your friends. They're afraid that you're hanging, or your male friends. They're afraid. And see, this is what they're used to, so that you can see that they've got people in their life saying stuff about you in their ear and about the situation, either in the past or currently. So they're projecting. They think that you're sitting around with your friends, and your friends are talking negatively about him or her. They think your friends are being toxic and saying, don't ever do that or go back. They maybe, your person may think that your circle is telling you to not accept anything harmful, okay? Don't accept toxic people. They may realize that about you as well, that you're just focused on your life, being happy, and you don't want toxic people in your life, because the Not Today card, they're very scared that you're just gonna, like I said, tell them off if they come forward. And that's up to you. Yeah, but they're hoping that, these feelings or negative feelings that you've had have been cleared away, washed away. All right. But they're also afraid that if they come in, like the comet, they don't want to upset your life or cause any disturbance or destruction or turmoil in your life. Okay? They're afraid that you may see them as more toxicity and turmoil. They think that maybe you and your circle are talking about how the whole situation was just a disaster. When in actuality, you know, you have already kind of, I don't know, purified your heart. You've had a change. You know that you're just moving on with your life. Okay? You're not thinking about this individual negatively. I really get that sense. You're just not anymore because things change, right? People change. And I think that's what you realize. But your person is definitely thinking that, you know, you're stuck on this negative impression of them, I guess. But they do, like I said, they want to have this paradise with you, this life, this with you that's happy, joyful. Okay, they remember what it was like in your company, so they want it again. But let's talk about this not today card. What is this not today card about? They are worried. Are you still angry with them? That's what they're worried about. They're worried that you're still really angry. Trumpet. So yeah, I mean, okay, so they want to come in. We already know that. They want to come in with some news, okay? There's some communication. We already talked about how they've had an awakening. They're starting to feel the spiritual connection with you. So they want to come in and talk to you. We already know that, all right? Tell me more about not today. And they want to get to the truth, right? They do. They just want to get to the truth of it and tell you the truth, okay? Regardless of how they're feeling about whether you're still angry, they just want to be able to get to the truth of things and tell you how they really feel. And they want to do the work so that you trust them again, so that you're no longer angry with them. Okay, but they definitely want to get stuck into this situation and fix it somehow. Okay, they've got to figure it out. Yeah, I mean, but there's stuff holding them back. We already know that, right? We know that there's things holding them back. Thoughts, ideas, addictions. That's what the devil card is. I mean, it usually represents anything that's holding us back. Nasty habits, deceit, abuse, evil. You know, we had the hag. There are these people around them that are up in their business, up in their ear, telling them, deceiving them about the situation for whatever reason. I mean, who knows why people do what they do. I don't know. But they also, your person may have, like I said, some nasty habits that they've got to work out. And they're starting to realize that, yeah, maybe I am a dirty boy, dirty girl. I don't know. So let's look at the cassette, this outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over and over. What is this about? So we have the chalice, and the chalice, you know, that's like, it's kind of, I don't know how to put it. I mean, it's about celebration. But they're really okay. So they're realizing that this outdated way of thinking, okay, has kept them away from their dreams and aspirations. Okay, and they keep replaying it over in their head. How this chain of events has kept them away. All right, but they do want this celebration. They want to overcome it. They want to, you know, like I said, be able to be fully truthful and authentic with you. All right. But yeah, I mean, everybody who's going through an awakening or healing, I call it the hamster wheel. People sometimes have this habit of, you get on the hamster wheel and you start ruminating over all the things that have happened in the past, all the hurts, the pain, the what ifs, could have, should have, would have, and you just start going around and around and around. This person, your person right now, is kind of doing that. And they've just got to get past it. They really do. I mean, if they want this celebration and abundance with you, they've got to fix this outdated mode of thinking. But I think they've come to the realization that whatever they were previously told or whatever they previously thought about this connection with you, like I said, it could have been maybe you guys were different cultures, different places, I don't know, but they just felt like they had to guard themselves, right? Because they had people saying, they had naysayers around them, I think. A lot of naysayers. Yuck. But yeah, they see you. They keep thinking about this whole situation and just how they want to, they just want this resurrection. Okay, this new life with you. They feel like now you're very mysterious to them. They don't know you. They may see you as being a very independent person as well, because this girl talk card talked about you being happily single, living in the moment. So they do see that, you're this independent person, maybe have experienced a certain level of misfortune along the way. But you're very intuitive and independent, all right? So, but they do want this resurrection. They want to be able, like I said, come forward and speak to you. But you're a mystery to them. You really are. They just don't know. Yeah, and they want to build a life towards you, come towards you. That's what the ladder is. They want to overcome all these obstacles, step up in life. They want to maybe have the two of you together step up in life. The two of you together have high achievements. The two of you together overcome obstacles, all right? But they keep thinking about this stuff over and over and over again. So let's do the hammer, and we'll just wrap it up after that. The hammer is about sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation. What is this about? Persistent, working on it. What is this about? What is the hammer about? Okay, so they're working on themselves because they want progress. Okay, they see this as their destiny. They want this connection with you. They're starting to see that it is their destiny, and everything is coming around full circle. But it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of persistence. It's not, like I said, you're not going to, if they were to contact you tomorrow, I don't think they're in any way expecting you to just welcome them with open arms. It's not going to be like that, right? So much time has passed, so they're going to have to step it up. The Wheel of Fortune does mention travel, and we did have the boat up here, so maybe they live at a distance from you as well, okay? And water, right? Look, we've got the water too. So there may be some distance, definitely, separating the two of you. But they want to progress. They want to follow their destiny. And not sabotage it this time around. Yeah, they want to follow their heart this time. They didn't do that before. Now they want to follow their heart, follow their true emotions. They want that affection and love and compassion that they felt with you before. And so, yeah, that's how they're feeling now. And this time they want to follow their heart. But they're working on it because they're not used to following their heart. I think they're used to being led and being told. You know, we had all the stuff about codependent relationships, right? I think they're used to being told what to do. Okay? You know, I mentioned earlier they may have been a bit immature. And I think maybe there's been a bit of growth here. They've grown up a little bit. Or a lot. I don't know. Everybody is on their own path, their own healing journey, right? Everyone's healing journey is as unique as your fingerprint. So we can't judge. We can't direct. All we can do is support. But in this case, I would say, do not contact this person. They have to do this on their own. All right? And the last card we have is tree. So the tree, I mean, I like the tree. The tree in a lot of ways talks, like it's the tree of life, right? So, you know, the tree of life is the cycle of life. You know, tree grows from a seed, it becomes full grown. In the fall, the leaves fall, you know, and then it regrows in the spring. That's basically what the tree of life means. But they do want to work on this strong growth with you. They want to go through all the seasons of life with you. They want to be stable with you, and they want to reach new heights. But they realize it's going to take a lot of work. Okay? So that is the reading on your person. Like I said, this is a collective reading. Not everything will resonate. If you want a more personalized, detailed reading, contact me at my email in the description. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button. All of your support, I greatly appreciate it. So love you all, and I'll see you soon.